Hello guys, welcome to today's video. So we're going to be talking about today something that is very important. So we're going to talk about the 7 deadly Klaviyo email marketing mistakes that is costing e-commerce brands thousands of dollars in revenue, right? I've been managing e-commerce brands for over 3 years now, generated over $1 million in revenue for e-commerce brands. And these are the mistakes I see when I am auditing brands and helping them to kind of get their email marketing, in shape, right? So let's move right into it. So the first mistake is the batch and blast trap, right? Many e-commerce brands that I've audited, they send out every campaign to every single email within their master list, and this is the fastest way to mess up with your deliverability and end up in the spam folder. Listen, Google and Yahoo have become a bit strict with how they punish people for sending out emails. So if you're sending emails to people who are not actually opening your emails and they're consistently sending emails to people who are not engaged, this is going to send you to the spam folder. This is going to mess up your deliverability and completely destroy your brand. I'm not even joking, right? And this is going to affect your revenue. So how do you fix this problem? You have to start segmenting your email list. And how I segment is I segment by engagement, right? So here are 3 main segments that I send out emails to. And let me just say this, by the way, if you are sending out only 1 email a month or 1 email a week, you are leaving so much money on the table. So I usually send out 3 emails per week for my clients, right? So here's how you do it. So you create a 90-day engaged segment. So 90-day engaged segments are people who have either opened your emails or clicked on emails in the last 90 days. So these are your most engaged subscribers. When you send out emails to these people, they are engaged, they are opening your email. That means they are interested in your brand. They are more likely to buy, and this gets you to make more money, right? Now, the second one is your VIP buyers. Now, these are the people that have bought 3 times, 4 times, 5 times from you in the past. These are your best customers, your best subscribers, your best buyers. Now, the emails you send to these guys are early access offers. Maybe you're running a Black Friday sale, you're running a Mother's Day sale, Valentine's Day sale, whatever sale you're running, you are sending it to these guys first, so they get early access for every single sale that happens. This shows them how important they are. This shows them like that exclusivity, that you actually value them for being your best customers, and this makes them spend more money with you because they are seeing that you actually value the money they spend on your brand, right? So the last one is the Klaviyo logic build. So these are people who have either opened your email, clicked an email, or placed an order in the last 30 days. These guys are people who are going to most likely buy again because they are interested in your brand. They are clicking your emails, they are even buying on the site. So send out emails to these guys as regularly as possible. So stop sending one email to every single person at the same time. Messes your deliverability and doesn't give you the best results for your email marketing efforts, right? Now, the second mistake is the ghost town abandonment flow, right? So whenever I audit a brand, what I do is I check the abandonment flow. And many times what I see is they have this one abandonment email that just offers you a 10% discount. And that's about it, right? This is leaving so much money on the table. It's scary because it fails to address the actual objections that your buyer has. Now, many people who are abandoning cart are not necessarily looking for a discount, right? And also, you don't want your first email in your abandonment cart to be a discount because it ends up training your customers or even new customers that, hey, we're a discount brand, we give out discounts willy-nilly. No, that's not the kind of thing you want to build in the mind of your target market, right? So here's what you do. You have to have emails. So I usually send 3 to 5 emails, but 3 is fine. But I send 5 for most of my emails, for most of my clients anyway. So the first email should come 15-30 minutes when they add things to cart. So when they add something to cart, within 15 to 30 minutes, or at worst 2 hours, they should have been contacted. Do you know why this is important? Human beings have like a very low attention span right now with TikTok and all of this stuff, right? So people can add stuff to cart and get a ping on their TikTok, on their IG, and they leave your store and they go to something else and they forget that they've added your product to cart and they may never come back, right? But if you contact them 15 minutes later in their email, 20 minutes later, they are a hot lead. They actually wanted that product at that time, and that's where you increase conversion. But when you leave that to maybe a day or 2 days later, they might have actually lost interest in your product, and that costs you sales, right? So the first email basically is reminding them that they actually added something to cart. So You can say, did something go wrong? Are you having a technical issue? How can we help you? You forgot something in cart. Go complete your order. Simple, straight up. Don't try to do anything else here. Just remind them of their product in cart. And most times, this actually gets you results. Right now, the next email should come 24 hours later. Now, this email should be an email where you start handling objections. And one of the major objections that many people who are buying from e-commerce store have is, will this product work for me? Will this thing actually work for me? Will I get the results that I want? And how do you show they will get the results that they want? Is by sharing reviews, social proof from other people. When you show them that this product has gotten results for other people, they are more likely to buy into the product, right? So that's second email, social proof, reviews, showing that this actually works, right? Now, and the third email is now when you can start delivering your discount, right? Start delivering your discount. Don't deliver your discount first, deliver it after 48 hours. That way, you are not building them to be discount buyers, and you're also helping to push them over the line to actually buy from your brand. So this is the second mistake you must avoid, and how you can actually fix it. Yeah. Now, the third mistake is having overly designed emails and image heavy emails. Now, I'm a big fan of email designs. Like, I design amazing emails for my clients, right? But here's the thing. Sometimes some brands take it overboard. You are not a design brand. You're an e-commerce brand. Your primary goal is not to have email designs that are going to win design awards. No, that's not your goal. Your goal is actually to maximize your emails to a point where it drives revenue and your customer can actually understand what the hell you're talking about in the email. Now, an email might be very beautiful on your designer's monitor, but often, sometimes they perform terribly in the inbox. Sometimes Gmail clips it, sometimes it's slow because there isn't mobile data, and the email is so heavy and graphic design heavy, sometimes it just cuts off, right? So how do you actually maximize design and also get results for your brand? So I have a 60-40 rule. 60% of my emails are designs, 40% are like text, right? So what I do is I send out plain text emails from the founder. Now, what this does, it helps to connect me deeply with the subscriber. Now, when you get an email from a founder that is written in plain text, like a regular email, it just removes the whole corporate BS from your head, and you are reading that this is from the founder. You connect more to it, and most times it gets me more revenue. I'm not even joking. Some of the best performing emails I've had in the past are plain text emails that are just straight up there connecting deeply with the subscriber and getting them to take action, right? So that's one. Secondly, it also helps you to avoid the promotions tab. Anytime I send plain text founder written emails, it always lands in the inbox, not in the promotion tab, not in spam and all of that, because it's personal, because it connects and then it gets you result, right? And then also, when you design emails, don't try to make it overly designed. Make sure that your email designs are actually focused and geared towards revenue generation, not just for it to be pretty and look cool, right? Now, the fourth problem is treating the welcome flow like a product catalog. Now, this is a very big issue that a lot of people have, right? So when somebody gives you their email, the next thing is you are bombarding them with product blogs. So they open an email and they just see products, bestsellers, this, that, and all of that. Now, these are all good and they have their place. But if that is all you do, then that is a problem. Yeah, that's a problem. It's actually about to rain, so everywhere is getting dark. It's crazy, right? So the fix is this. Email number one, this is how I set up my welcome flows, right? So the first email I deliver the incentive. Did I promise 10% off? Deliver 10% off. Buy one, get one free, deliver it. Free shipping, deliver it. Whatever it is that you promised, you do what? You deliver it, and that's all. That's all I do for that first email. And then the second email, I now send a plain text email. Now, this is where I try to build a connection with the subscriber, because here's the thing. This person just subscribed. They're a new customer, most likely. They don't know anything about your brand. This is your opportunity to show them. This opportunity to show them what your brand is about. So this is why you share your founder story. How did we start this? What is the mission? Why are we building this? Why are we doing what we are doing? That's where you connect on a deeper level and you turn them from just mere subscribers to actually advocates of your brand. And if your story is interesting and intriguing enough, they can start telling others about it, and that's how you start getting word of mouth marketing, right? So that's what the second email should do. Introduce your founder story. Now, usually the third email, sometimes I send our bestsellers, talk about our bestsellers, why they are our bestsellers and all of that. But also what I do is I send out social proof. Remember, I said that sometimes what stops people from buying is, does this product work? So I usually send out reviews, show our brand authority. If you have any expert that have endorsed the product before, that is the third email and all of that. And then from there, we remind them of the discount or the offer again, and that's about it, right? So stop treating your welcome flow like a product catalog. Use it as an opportunity to connect deeply with the subscriber and move them from being just a subscriber to an advocate of your brand, right? Now, the fifth mistake is ignoring deliverability and sunset unengaged flow. Now, there's a flow within Klaviyo that is the sunset flow. Now, here's the problem that many brands have. They think that the bigger your email list is, the better it is. That's not true, right? There are email lists of 100,000 subscribers that are performing poorly, while another of 10,000 subscribers is making so much more money. It is the quality of your list that determines how much it makes, not the quantity of your list. So that's how you have to build a highly engaged email list, right? So list bloat, when you have so many people in your list who don't even open your messages, is quite dangerous, right? If you continue emailing people that have not opened an email from you for the last 120 days, you are going to end up in spam. And it's going to mess up with your brand deliverability and hurt you going forward. And when I correct deliverability, it takes time and it's quite a tedious process that you don't want to go through, right? So how do you fix this issue? How do you fix the issue of a bloated list? The first one is you have to filter out users who have been inactive in the last 120 days. They have not opened your email, they have not clicked an email, they have not visited your site, they have not placed an order. These guys have not engaged in any way, shape, or form with your brand. You have to filter those guys out, and then you send them a highly text-based email, a highly engaged text-based email, and ask them, are we breaking up? Are you still interested in our brand? What's going on, right? Now, after that, you can make them an offer. I call this throwing the last rope, right? You're just trying to bring them in. You can do a 20% off, 30% off, buy one, get one free offer to try to get them to come back in. Now, if you do all of this and they don't take action, the sunset flow is designed the way that it automatically suppresses their profile and removes them from your email list, and that protects your sender reputation, right? So this is a flow that every single person has to have, right? Now, if you have any questions about this, you can actually drop a comment and I'll be in the comment section answering questions. Now, mistake 6, the one and done post-purchase experience. Now, acquiring customers are expensive. You are spending money on ads, thousands of dollars on ads every single month, and then you end up acquiring a customer and they buy, and then that's it. For many brands, they don't have any plan for when people finish buying their product. That's where they stop. When they buy a product, that's that. Failing to nurture your customers after they buy destroys your lifetime value, LTV. For me, lifetime value is one of the most important metrics when it comes to e-commerce businesses, right? You don't want to always keep chasing new clients. You don't want to always keep chasing new business. You want to get repeat purchases. You want to get repeat clients. You want to get repeat buyers. That is what actually gives you a base on which to scale. But if you're always chasing new business and not getting repeat buyers, you always keep spending on ads. Your ads spend will always keep increasing and you won't scale, right? So how do you solve this problem? Now, many people just send out a generic order receipt when people buy. Don't do that. Don't do that. You need to create a post-purchase sequence. Now, the first email in that post-purchase sequence is to tell them thank you for buying, and then tell them about the product they bought, tell them how to use it, tell them the results they're going to get from using your products. Now, this does two things for you. First of all, it shows that you care and you give a damn. And secondly, it helps to deal with buyer's remorse. Now, what's buyer's remorse? Buyer's remorse is when somebody buys your product and they start suddenly feeling like, I don't need this. I don't need this. And that's why a lot of e-commerce brands experience returns. So they buy it and they start feeling, I don't really need this, and then they return it and you lose money, right? So when you now show them what the product does, show them what it can do for them and how it can basically transform their lives, it reduces buyer's remorse and actually shows them you care. Now, the second email you can send is to cross-sell or sell specific products that align with the products that they bought, right? That way, you're going to increase their cart size, their cart value, and how much they spend. And then finally, you can ask for feedback and review maybe after 15 to 30 days, depending on your niche and the kind of products that you have, right? So asking for review does two things for you. First of all, it fills your website with new reviews and all of that. And secondly, it helps you get feedback on your product, because some reviews are not going to be positive. Some are going to be negative, and it helps you to learn more about your brand and increase your customer and improve your customer experience, and this is going to make you more money in the long run. So you have to have these post-purchase flows set up. If you don't have these things set up, it's going to mess up with your customer lifetime value and you're going to be losing money without even knowing it, right? Now, the second and the last mistake is failing to test. Failing to test. Many brands are running on vibes, even those that are working with agencies. They are working with agencies that are relying on gut feeling and not data. When it comes to marketing, data is king. Data is king. What you feel in your gut matters, does not matter. Data is king, right? So you have to test everything. Test your subject line. You have to always be A/B testing. A/B test subject lines. A/B test sending times. Don't say, oh, I send by 6 p.m. every day. No, test different sending times. I tested sending by 7:30 for a client, and we have better open rates, better revenue, better everything. So test offers. Test your 10% off discount against a $10 offer. Test a buy one get one free to a buy two get one free. Test different offers and see the one that drives more results for your brand. If you don't test, you will not know, right? So this are the things mistakes that you're making in your e-commerce brand that are costing you so much money. It's costing you so much money, right? So I'm doing something right now for e-commerce brands. I am going to be auditing your email marketing efforts. I'm going to show you what you're doing right, showing what you're doing wrong, and places that you need to improve, right? So if you want me to do that for your brand completely free, you can drop a comment section. Just comment review on this YouTube video, and we'll talk from there, and I'm going to help you see. Also, you can just click link below and also just book a call with me and let's talk about that, right? So that's about it for this video. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'm going to be dropping a video every single day. So if you're an e-commerce founder and you want to actually get money from your email marketing efforts, this is the channel to come to. Every single day I'm going to show you something that you can do to improve the revenue you make and help you grow your email marketing revenue in your e-commerce business. Yeah? So have an amazing day. Hit the subscribe button, like, and share this with somebody who is going to benefit from it.